Catalytic converter theft is on the rise, not only here in the United States, but also all across Europe. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what a catalytic converter does, why this is happening, how it's happening, and hopefully some steps that you can take to prevent it from happening to you. Hey everybody, I'm Bill, the Hill Country Prepper. I want you to be informed so you can be prepared. I recently received a text alert from my auto repair shop alerting me to the fact that they're seeing quite a few vehicles come in for replacement of their catalytic converters. Apparently they're being stolen. What a catalytic converter does is it takes the exhaust fumes from the internal combustion engine on your vehicle and basically scrubs out all the carbon dioxide, so when it comes out the end of your tailpipe, it's a lot cleaner for the environment. Now it does this through a combination of precious metals that are packed in a honeycomb shape inside that catalytic converter. Now these metals include platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Now where these thefts are occurring seems to be auto dealerships and RV storage lots, but it's also happening at private residences and parking lots out in the open. Wherever there's a large number of vehicles parked is prime location for this type of theft to occur. One of the more popular vehicles to have the catalytic converter stolen off of is actually the Toyota Prius, because it contains two of them. Also, high-profile vehicles such as pickups and also motorized RVs are also popular targets because they're easy to get under. Now, of course, the lower the profile of your vehicle, the harder it is for the thief to get to the catalytic converter, but sometimes that doesn't stop them. Removing the catalytic converter from a vehicle is really pretty easy, and it takes about a minute, maybe a minute and a half, depending upon the vehicle. All you really need is one of these. What you do is you cut off the catalytic converter off of the exhaust pipe in the front and in the rear. Snip the sensor wire and it will fall out, and off you go in about a minute. Here's a good example of one. If I were to steal this catalytic converter, what I would do is I would cut it right there, and I would cut it right there, and that drops out and off I go, that quick. Now the question is, why is this happening? Here's why. Like I mentioned earlier, packed inside each catalytic converter are precious metals, specifically platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Essentially, all of these metals are more valuable than gold right about now. As of this recording, gold is valued at about $1,700 an ounce. Now platinum these days is about $1,200 an ounce, so it's a little bit less than gold. But the palladium is $2,700 an ounce. The rhodium is valued at today's prices over $26,000 an ounce. So there's incentive for these to be stolen off of your car. Now don't get me wrong, the thieves aren't taking them off the vehicle and baking down the precious metals inside. They're not getting the palladium and the rhodium and the platinum. No, what they're doing is they're stealing them by the dozens, if not tens of dozens, taking them down to the local scrap recycling yard where they're getting about $200 to $300 per catalytic converter. So you figure you steal 4, 5, 6 catalytic converters in a night, in a day, you're making a pretty good penny. Now these catalytic converters can be replaced. if you can find a shop that has them in stock. I'm hearing that there's a back order on these parts of up to 3 to 4 weeks, and with the disruption in the supply chain that we're seeing these days, that might have gone up to even longer. And of course, there's a cost, and it's going to cost you if you have your catalytic converter taken off your vehicle. On average, it's going to cost you anywhere from $800 to $1,300 just for the part. That doesn't include the labor to put it back on. Now, your insurance might help cover some of it if you have the comprehensive insurance, but that's going to cost you more, and plus there's going to be a deductible to it. Guys, if you're finding this information helpful, why don't you press down on that like button and give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber yet, why not? Subscribe right now. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll get notified each and every time I upload some new content. So why don't you do that right now? Now, what can you do to prevent the theft of your catalytic converter? Number one, the most obvious thing is park your vehicle in a locked and secure garage. If you can't do that, park it in a well-lit, high traffic area where there's lots of people around. You can put surveillance on your car. You can also put an alarm, a motion sensing alarm. You can also put a level alert alarm in case they have to jack it up. Those are some things that you can do. You can also buy some theft deterrents. These are expensive also. Some of these cost $300, $400, $500, so there's additional cost in that as well. Some more simple things that you can do, you can run down to the big box Home Depot, the Lowe's, and get some steel cable and wrap up your catalytic converter with the steel cable and secure it to the frame of your vehicle. You can also maybe put a cage around your catalytic converter. I've seen a lot of applications where people are taking old sides of refrigerators or old car panels, old car hoods if you will, and cutting them into plates and securing those up to the frame, protecting the catalytic converter. Now, that's not foolproof, but it sure will take longer than a minute or a minute and a half to get it off if they have a deterrent that they have to get through to get to your catalytic converter. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like this pandemic is just bringing out the worst of people, and this is just another example of it where we're seeing the theft off of your vehicle. Theft off your vehicle is not a new thing. We've seen this happen with people stealing gas out of people's cars, people stealing the cars. I've had friends that have had their cars jacked up and the wheels and tires stolen right out from underneath them, and they're left up on blocks sitting in their driveway in their subdivision, for crying out loud. So theft off your vehicle is not a new concept. This just seems to be the latest and greatest, and it's because there's so much value inside that catalytic converter that the thieves don't care. Look it up. Look up catalytic converter theft, and there are news stories all across this country and all across Europe. It really is a growing problem. Guys, I want you to be informed so that you can be prepared. You guys have a blessed day. Hill Country Prepper.